You are tuned into my weekly talk radio TV show called Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced and get happy with Dr. Marissa. And this show is about hope and happiness. So there's no gossip, no scandal. Instead, I want you to focus on your own reality show and how you can be happy 88% of the time. So I have shows and topics.
Sunday, Monday, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days. Thursday, Friday, happy days.
Monday, Tuesday,
Happy days.
Wednesday, Thursday,
Happy days.
Friday, whatever.
Happy days.
What a day. Na, 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 na.
I love you.
I love you too.
Best known as the mom from Happy Days, and she is a delightful 89-year young Marion Ross to my studio. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Dr. Marissa, this is such a treat for me.
Oh.
My goodness, you're a wonderment.
Which is exactly the kind of guest that I like. Those who have gone through life, good and bad, and then taken those experiences to alchemize them into the person they are now and doing good on the planet. I'd like you to welcome Corey Feldman.
If you're grateful for it and you say right away, thank you, God. Oh, my God, that's so beautiful. I'm so blessed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Then guess what? More good things will come to you.
Does this sound familiar at all? She's back again to mark my Cancer Awareness and Prevention Month show. Please welcome Fran Drescher. Hi, Fran.
On and supporting cancer schmance. I really appreciate it.
So what would you say are some of the biggest myths, Fran, that people have about cancer?
Well, I would say that they think that there's a cure for it.
Okay.
Instead of a cause for it.
This is the first call-in show when I get to be Dr. Marissa, the kinder, gentler Dr. Laura. And people call in to get their life tires balanced and their critical thinking or their BS, their belief systems, smog checked. And today I am delighted to have Malie calling in from Birmingham, Alabama.
We could go 90 days and end up having terrible sex. And then you say, well, the relationship's not all about sex. Well, if I'm not getting great sex from you, then I'm going to get it from somebody else. Right?
That moose just got put on the table. And I see Josh and Jim.
I have to agree
You're
with Clyde.
both nodding. Ramon's sort of half nodding because his wife's listening. But
I understood what was going to happen if Muhammad Ali's youngest daughter, made public that I was going to become a boxer. So I wanted to make sure this was the path that I wanted to go down.
you are absolutely fabulous, beautiful inside and out. And I'm giving you Dr. Marissa's Beneficial Presence on the Planet Award today.
Thank you.
Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a fateful trip that started from this tropic point.
When I go, I'm gone.
Are you lonely?
No.
Yeah, I knew that was going to be
But
the answer.
I surround myself with people. I mean, I'm always the one cooking for things. Or I'm always the one that decorates first and come to my house. All the orphans that have no place.
I'm going to have no place to go, so I
Okay,
can come
okay,
over.
come on over.
And life is so amazing if we can see it.
Jump off that exhausting hamster wheel and into balanced living with Dr. Marissa.
Promise you joy in the mystery.
Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah. Her mission, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose, to be your personal advocate to live, laugh, love, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
And welcome. You're tuned into Take My Advice. I'm not using a Get Balance with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, NBC News, CNBC News, and NBC Sports Radio Station, AM 1050, FM 106.5, home to the Asian Oprah, celebrating, the station is 25 years. Big shout out and congratulations and celebration to station owner Fred Lundgren, his beautiful wife, Linda, out in Texas, their son, Mike, who does the back end, Mark Westwood, my station manager extraordinaire, and then my sound engineer, Frank, and all the guys at the station who literally are all guys who support this show. I am now celebrating 607 consecutive weeks on the air, on camera, and 1,083 shows, I believe. Yes, it is today. And it is Monday, Mental Health Monday Matters, and more today, because I have a couple of interviews for you about shopping gift ideas, because it is a season, as well as if you're a small business, some helpful tips from my annual visit from Dave Hickey. And actually, let's see, let's do the shopping one first, since you may be tired from yesterday's running around, but it is Emily Loftiss, and we're going to go ahead and hear from her and see what she has to offer as far as POSH gifts. She's actually, you've seen her before. She's been on so many different shows. She's a former Rockette fashion and lifestyle expert, and named the one to watch by Southern Living magazine. She's been on the Wendy Williams Show, The Real, Doctors, TLC, Hollywood Today Live, CBS's The Insider, The Steve Harvey Show, Hallmark's Home and Family Celebrity Pages, and Good Day LA. So here we go. Let's see what she has to offer us in terms of POSH shopping ideas. Welcome back. You're tuned in to Take My Advice. I'm not using a Get Balance with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, AM 1050, FM 106.5, NBC News Radio, home to the Asian Oprah. And I have a very special guest today. Everyone needs a little luxury in their life, so why not add some POSH gifts to the holiday wish list? Here with some timely gift suggestions is the queen of everyday glam, Emily Loftiss. She's here to share her ideas for some amazing luxury items. Welcome to the show, Emily Loftiss.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Well, I'm so happy to be here today. And so I'm going to share with you what is trending. As a former Radio City Rockette, I know a little bit about POSH gifts. So it is personal care, relaxation, and really spending that quality time with your friends and family.
Absolutely. And a Rockette, that's so exciting. that is something definitely that not everybody can put in their resume.
Definitely. Say it on our like this.
That's great. Now, are there any POSH destinations that are hot this year?
Absolutely. We are going to book our trip to Mexico. We are going to stay at the Wyndham Ultra All-Inclusive Resorts. I have to tell you, it is everything we've been dreaming of. The Wyndham Ultra Resorts offer an all-inclusive resort experience with upscale dining, amenities, and activities with expressive local flavor and exceptional value. There are 3 Wyndham Ultra Resorts in Mexico. One for adults only, and another one for all ages in the Dominican Republic. I'm telling you, there are perfect beaches, inviting pools, gourmet meals, and creative cocktails, and even beachfront yoga and more, and everything is included.
Wow, that looks great. You got pool and pool. Two kinds of pool there. Now, what are some options for the connoisseur on your list?
So let's give the gift of luxury and joy by gifting not 1, but 2 bottles of whiskey that you can taste side by side. Bibb and Tucker's 6-year-old bourbon, known as the Classic 6, and their newly released Double Char bourbon. Bibb and Tucker crafts award-winning small batch bourbons that are aged to perfection and exceptionally smooth, perfect for any bourbon lover in your life. The Classic 6 has a long-lasting chestnut finish and adds a special touch to either alone or in a cocktail. Bibb and Tucker's Double Char is aged 6 years in white American oak and followed by 5 months in a second heavily charred and smoked new barrel. Both are available nationwide, and both are also in my house here in Atlanta, Georgia.
I was going to say, I'm coming over, but Atlanta's a little further than I can go right now. Now, let's turn to beauty. For those of us on the other side, maybe not drinkers, so to speak, what's trending for posh beauty gifts?
Yeah, so this is also great for a great hostess gift. Well, I was just in LA, so I love talking skin. And what I am loving right now is the Fenty Skin Mini Butter Drops Trio. This is a limited edition set of 3 adorable sizes of Rihanna's award-winning body moisturizers that renews and replenishes hydration, boosts skin's vibrancy, and leaves a healthy-looking, non-sticky sheen. Enjoy a range of scents and finishes, including the viral bestseller Fenty Fresh, Vanilla Dream, which has rose gold shimmer, and the one I'm wearing today, which is a warm cinnamon that has a soft gold shimmer. It is a whipped oil to cream and the perfect self-care gift that you will love, or a loved one that you can grab at Sephora for $59.
I love that color combination right there. Beautiful. Now, are there any other posh gifts that should be on everyone's gift list?
Okay, so I'm sure you noticed my necklace. I love giving accessories as a gift, and I'm so proud to announce my first collaboration with McCray & Co. So it's the holidays. We should add some glitz and glamour and sparkle to any outfit. And when you're enjoying your friends and family, sometimes we eat and drink just a little bit too much. You know what always works? Accessories. It always fits. It's always fabulous. And it just adds a little bit like oomph to any holiday look.
Can't get a hangover from an accessory, right? So, where can we go for more information? All of this stuff, I'm sure, is tantalizing to my listeners and watchers. Where can we find all of this stuff?
You are going to see everything we chatted about today at tipsontv.com.
Tipsontv.com. Fabulous having you here today, Emily. It's nice to make your acquaintance. I hope you have the best holiday ever.
Thank you. Same with you. Merry Christmas and happy holidays.
Happy holidays. I hope you enjoyed that. That was her first time on my show. And I got reminded by the co-captain of my cashew gallery, who's been a little bit under the weather, but we're glad to have him back. Heritage Chart is where my past multi-time guest, including his beautiful wife, Morgan, is now trending. It is a musical chart called Heritage Chart UK, and I'm going to pull that up so we can all vote for him, even though I did vote for him yesterday, so I can't vote again, but I am curious to see where he is on the chart. I just actually voted without looking. So where is he? New York High, I believe it is. I see another New York City. That's not him, right? Troy. Let's see. The hair's out this week. Last week. Where is he? Or is it New York City? Are you? I don't know. Maybe. New York City was number 4 last week and number 7 this week. So we really do need to vote for him. I don't know why. I don't remember. Oh, here it is. Oh, no, he's down here. What happened? He was up as high as 6. Okay. 22 last week, 34. I think the other ones got on the bandwagon. So you just hit the vote now, and it's going to tell me that I already voted. Yes, you can only vote for one song, but you can go and let's do the miracle. Put them to number 1 in this. I think it's like almost the last week. So, all right. So that is my little Happy 88 challenge for you to go and vote for Don Most. Let's see. No, he slipped to 34. Okay. Yeah. We got to get mobilized. All right. Let's have some breakfast. And Troy is here to help me out with that. Frank is in the background. You want to help me with that too. As I do, we start every show this past year. Actually, we're going on to the 2nd year with balancing out the bad news with good news. So instead of starting your day with MS, this is MS, meaningless scrolling, we start with specific gratitudes. What are you grateful for? So I'm grateful that Don Most is doing his first love, which is music, which is an inspiration to me. And I'm so grateful that his wife, Morgan, who doesn't normally get interviewed, agreed to get interviewed on my show after watching me interview her husband, which is one of the biggest compliments I've ever gotten. So I'm grateful for that. Let's see. Troy is thankful that he's feeling better and on the med. Absolutely. And we are all that way with you as well. It was a line on Friday was like, where is everybody? She was kind of surprised. And I told her that you hadn't been feeling well. I'm grateful that her mama is on the mend, great doctors. We got to go see a movie together. I haven't done a movie reviews Monday. I'll do a quick one. Interesting movie, Poor Things. It was definitely one of those where you are talking about it afterwards. Lots of themes, the creative set design, the creative storyline. She did an amazing job acting. And once again, my inability to keep names straight, especially in entertainment, is not the best thing for a media broadcaster, but oh well, that's my 12% not perfect. So she was great acting. A lot of skin. So if you are into, it's a very interesting way of looking. It was almost a parody on how the roles were switched in the male and female things. Let's see. Emma Stone. I knew it was Emma, but I didn't want to say the wrong last name. So Emma Stone, good for you. And she better get a nomination for sure for what she did. All right. Troy, he's thankful that Christmas time is near, short week. As a result, I'm grateful that Saturday I fly off to Australia and New Zealand, but speaking, teaching, and book tour back on. And most importantly, I get to be there for my niece, my favorite niece and nephew, who are having their first baby. So I am happy about that. Frank just chimed in. Well, he's grateful for the season, the ski season. I didn't see that for a second. These are not strong enough, this pair of glasses, but they match my outfit. So what are you going to say? Ski season. That's right, Frank. You were an avid skier. I used to be growing up in Canada. Chicopee Ski. That's where I used to or learned how to ski. But yes, you're going to have a great time, and maybe you'll meet some nice gal who wants to ski with you. We'll put that out there. I think we did that. Okay, that's it for the top of the bun, which is the top of the gratitude sandwich. Now we're going to go to the bottom of the gratitude sandwich. And that is, what do you like about yourself? What do you like about yourself? And the reason why we do this, and I'm multitasking here, is because a lot of us don't like ourselves. Now, I know that's a pretty strong statement. They're like, what do you mean? But I've done enough happiness coaching and enough talking around the world that the one thing that is a common thing around people's ability to soothe and care and self-care and self-love, like as strong. I remember in an interview I did in the Philippines, and I said people hate themselves, and the Karen Davila, the Philippine Oprah, was the host, and she said, that's a little strong. What do you mean people hate themselves? And I said to her, are you really tough on yourself? She goes, yes. And do you say things like, who do you think you are? You have that voice in your head, or I'm harder on myself than anybody else is. And she's like, yes. She goes, oh yeah, I see what you mean. Like you cut everybody else a break, but you don't cut yourself a break. And so as a result of that, she understood what I was talking about. So that's why we do the bottom of the bun. What do you like about yourself? I want you to exercise that muscle, which is a perfect tool to use for Mental Health Monday Matters awareness and practice. So what do you like about yourself? What do you appreciate? So let's see what Troy and Frank are going to come up with. I appreciate that I'm a good multitasker. I appreciate that I love to laugh. Very easy to have me laugh. Did you know that children on average laugh, they say 400 times a day. And adults, on the other hand, laugh on average 40 times a day. That's a huge difference. So I purposefully laugh at myself sometimes, purposefully look up things that I know are going to make me laugh, because that not just only ups my averages, but it ups my vibration. I'm energy, everybody's energy. And when you are laughing and happy, that's a higher vibration where good health is. So it's good for your health. When they said laughter is the best medicine, they were not kidding. That is how that works. Okay, so Troy appreciates his humility. Very good. Let's see. I don't see anything from Frank yet. I do want to make sure we have time to talk about rejection. So I'm just going to pop off. I appreciate that I am loved, loving, and lovable. And that's it for the bottom of the bun. And I promise you, if you do this for 28 consecutive days, you will have sandwiched your day in the most positive way. And that's it with Breakfast with Dr. Marissa and the Cashew Gallery. All right. I do have an interview with Dave Hickey. You know him as the one who visits every year when he comes from Verizon to talk about the small business interview. I am a small business. I am a solopreneur, actually. So he's the vice president of Verizon Business West Business Markets, and he's discussing how small businesses can take advantage of technology and tools they can incorporate from online to point of sale, all the while being mindful regarding cybersecurity threats. I know more and more people who are suffering from, I've had so many credit cards replaced because I am getting fraudulent charges. So let's take a listen. He does this once a year, Verizon 2023 State of Small Business Survey, and brings us the outlook for this holiday season. So without further ado, let me bring you Dave Hickey.
And you've just tuned in to Take My Advice. I'm not using a hip balance with Dr. Marissa, the morning show, and it is the holiday season, and it's presenting a golden opportunity for small business and medium-sized businesses to thrive, but it is also accompanied by a unique set of challenges. With proper planning, small and medium businesses can overcome the obstacles using new tools and strategies to boost customer satisfaction and drive sales, according to Dave Hickey of Verizon Business. You'll know he comes here about once a year to fill us in on the results of a recent survey and the insights to the current pulse of small businesses across the nation. Welcome back, Dave Hickey.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Happy holidays to you.
Same to you. I hope everything's treating you well this one warm, sunny day here in California.
Yes, it is. I'm actually headed to the land down under this year for the holidays. But
nice.
But I do want to hear about the trends in the marketplace now. I'm sure it's not just in America. So what's going on?
Yeah, we just wrapped up our small business survey we do annually, and some similar themes and some new ones. And so as you think about what's happening this season, there's still this top of mind from business owners of where do I invest? So the part that they really showcased is how technology continues to play a really significant role in success. And so where they're investing, where they're not investing came out in the survey. But some other places I would say were insightful. They're concerned about staffing. So as you think about, we're halfway through this holiday season here and staffing can be tight. And so what are they doing to improve the experience within their locations? And we've got some ideas for that as well. They're concerned with competition. How do they compete against the big box retailers with this kind of unique, deeper discounting strategies? And how does that really compare to their value play that they're going to be on there? And then the other part here is like, as they think about their business and dividing it up a little bit, how much time they spend online versus in the business, their brick and mortar, they're investing more advertising ahead of the holidays as well to drive it to both of those locations. So those are a few of the things that came out as kind of interesting trends, and we've got some unique ways to help out there as well.
Yeah, those are interesting and a little different than last year. What are What are a few things small business owners can do to increase sales this holiday season?
Yeah, I think the one is we all have experienced, you want an amazing experience when that prospective customer walks through the door. And so the places they can really embrace right now is upgrading their internet bandwidth. Now, this used to take a while to be able to do it. And now with the 5G technology, it's really a plug and play type of solution that you can order and have within the day to be able to upgrade that service. So whether that be the point of sale improvement you want to have so that they get through that line fast, or guest Wi-Fi, whatever it is you're looking to provide. The second area is really about their digital footprint. And so we've really focused in helping customers from brand new startups to really get their business online to those that may be a little bit more seasoned. But think about all the social apps that are available to you for you to share your product, share your passion, share your brand, and link it back to your own site to be able to get it done. So take advantage of those low cost to no cost applications. And then when you think about all those things coming through, how do you protect all that information? Because cybersecurity is a really big deal. And it's really upsetting to see all the effort that gets put in, and then you get these bad actors to come in and mess it all up.
So yes, that is truly one of the fears that I know myself as a small business is like, once we set it all up and then you have people come and break in. So how important is that?
It's really big. Right now is what it's happening is SMBs are a prime target for these cyber criminals. They're really after valuable data. Traditionally, there could be low security in place. And what we found is a lot of these small business owners, they just feel like they may be overwhelmed and not know essentially what they can do, or they think that they've got to have this massive investment to get there. What I would tell you is the overwhelm is real, the investment is low. And so the places where we really direct them to go is really to focus in on just a few areas. As you're adopting new technology, upgrading your devices, whether that's your cell phone, your tablet, your computer, hardware in any way, shape, or form, you need to make sure you're asking about security. Like, what should I be protecting? Who should I be protecting from? And are there things that I can put in place inexpensively and up and running that gives me maximum protection? The second area, as you think about all those devices I just mentioned, is how the cyber criminal gets in. So this goes back to just education. And so can you really focus in on three areas? One is phishing. So phishing is email or text or voice, but mostly the first two. And they send in information over. It sounds amazing, sounds great to be true. You click on a link and they get access into your information. So if you have some sort of security protocol in place, it'll block it. The best advice is don't touch it, don't click it. You'll be okay. But if you do, you've got something in place. The second part is safe browsing habits. So just understanding these sites that you go to, often it'll maybe pop up on your browser that say there's an issue. Trust that there's an issue to potentially go in there. And then the third is just how do you handle sensitive information within your company? Know who you're sending stuff to so that you understand where the trade of information happens. Now, all of that sounds maybe complicated, but with our SMB experts, we can deploy a plan really quick, really simple, mobile device management software that sits on the device, or even if you think about it, you get your business internet, you can deploy that on the internet with a no-touch solution. It blocks it at the point. So those are some ways I think that you can really embrace it quickly.
Yeah. If you return a reply but not click a link, is that just as bad?
It just is engaging. What the reply does is it lets them know the cyber bully there, if I would say it, is really after you, and they'll say, oh, this person's engaged me. So their attempts are going to increase to go through it. Yeah. So they're just going to keep coming through different methods.
Yes. And I can attest to that. That's why I'm getting more, is because I asked them who they were, which was done. Anyways, thanks for clarifying that. So what are some other trends from the survey that small businesses should be aware of?
Yeah, two other big topics that really rose above the others is AI. So what's happening with artificial intelligence? Like what do you do with it? So what we saw is a portion of the surveyors said they knew about AI, but had no idea how to embrace it. And there was another portion that said, hey, I've got some aspect of AI. I don't necessarily have all the resources in here, but I'm looking into it. And then there was a good portion that had embraced AI in some way. They were seeing significant time efficiencies in their day-to-day operations. And that's really helping them focus on their core business necessities. And you and I both know if you can focus on efficiency in a small business, that's usually time, and time equals money, and you can invest it in the right places.
Mm-hmm. Are there any small to mid-sized businesses that you're shopping at this holiday season?
Well, I'm in Southern California, and I've got 4 boys, and they love this local shop. It's only got one location, local business owner, him and his wife run it. It's called SoCal Surf Shop, and they've got an online presence. They sell everything like you can think of to deal with surf, skate, snow, and you can get all the latest trendy, cool stuff that maybe I'm not cool enough to wear, but my kids love it. And that's where we spend more time on our Christmas list, unfortunately and fortunately.
Aw, well, that's great. Good plug for them. I'll plug myself. Use my assistant Google for Dr. Marissa Asian Oprah. And there's some products there that will help you with your happiness. How's that?
I love it. That's great.
But I really want to know, where can people get more information? This is great information for small and medium-sized businesses. Dave Hickey, it's always a pleasure having you on my show. Where can people go get more information?
Verizon.com/business, and that will connect you with all of our SMB experts across the country, as well as our online search for product and solution. Or you can walk into your Verizon Wireless retail corporate store and ask for an SMB expert, and they can take care of you as well.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Dave Hickey.
Thanks, Dr. Marissa.
Holiday ever.
You too. Happy holidays. Take care.
And that was Dave Hickey. I hope you enjoyed those. I learned something myself. from his business tips and why I keep getting weird texts from people who they're getting more and more clever. They say things like, I've been waiting for you. Where are you? Like things that you would actually hear. So be very careful. Don't respond. Just delete and block. That way we can, I don't ask why. Why is not a spiritual question. Because someone said once, why do people do that? And it's like, let's not even go there. It's not important. They're doing it. Let's just try to stop them in your tracks. One thing I would suggest for everyone who's on social media, please, please, please don't share a post or share a message with me without investigating first if it's a hoax. It's a pet peeve that I am taking out for a walk right now. The number of people who forward and send and tag, I want to just like, please do the just minute investigation before doing this, because one, it's a distraction that, if it bleeds, it leads, and it's not even true. So please do investigate before you send to me. Otherwise, I will probably snooze you. All right. I am now, station ID, if you've just tuned in wondering what's going on in studio today, this is Dr. Marissa and your hashtag positively opinionated host producer of Take My Advice, I'm Not Using It, Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show on KCAA, home to the Asian Oprah, AM 1050, FM 106.5, and streaming everywhere, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, and Home Central, which is my YouTube channel, where if you free subscribe, you'll get an alert every weekday morning to tune in to the show about hope and happiness. And I'm happy to say, yes, I am above that mark of 2,000 subscribers, but most importantly, I have hit 304,000 views of this channel that has not just my 1,083 shows, but most importantly, I've got short films there, PPP, post-pandemic possibilities, past shows with amazing guests, red carpet interviews, which I have to update because I've met some super cool people. Rich Little, I'm going to post that today on social. I've had Lieutenant Uhura, Don Wells, who are in heaven, both of them. Had another one go to heaven last week, Bishop Carlton Pearson. So there's a lot of legacy interviews that you will have to enjoy in my playlist. Those who are still with us and doing great things. The nice thing about interviewing celebs, John Travolta, Halle Berry, Quincy Jones, is you really do get to meet the person. And I think one of the reasons why I am successful in what I do is because although I was that way with Bob Eubanks the other day, they're people and they're really good at what they do. And it's fun to meet them and realize that the stupid stuff that TMZ or whoever posts about the worst part of people is almost always not true. So I found Halle Berry to be tremendously nice and caring and smart. So you can see all of that on my YouTube channel. So please subscribe there. I even get sung to. The Righteous Brothers sang to me on the carpet. So there, that's all on that YouTube channel. Okay, topic at hand. Mental Health Matters Mondays deals with things that you can control, that you can take responsibility for in soothing yourself, caring for yourself, things that maybe are adding to your sadness, and sadness on steroids is depression, your anger, hostility, out of controlness, all of those things. So the topic that came to me was rejection. And I have to admit, my daughter and I, my younger daughter, we have a date once or twice a week. And I know I bash the whole K word. I'm nice 88% of the time, but some things other people's reality shows to me is not the best use of my time. However, my daughter does love things like Love Island and Blind Date and things. So for our dates, we do watch those. But one of the things that came up yesterday when we were watching was this whole idea of rejection and how rejection can really pull out the carpet of a good, healthy mental health self-care system. So I thought we would talk about that. So I wanted to examine some of the BS belief systems that feed into seeing rejection as really a lot worse than it actually is. That's my happy 88 stance on rejection. So let's take a look at it. How many of you have never been rejected? I dare you to lie. Every single person has had some sort of rejection, some level of rejection. The only person who has not had rejection is someone who has lived separate from people on a desert island for their entire life. Otherwise, if you're human, you've had somebody reject you in some way. Either they said something like they didn't like you, or or they ridiculed you, or they left you, or they picked someone else over you. They chose to spend time with someone else before you. They didn't keep an appointment, so you define it as, take it personally, oh, you didn't think my time was important enough to keep that appointment. You want to date other people, but you get mad if they're dating other people too. If you connect with them at the beginning, you want them all of a sudden to not talk to anybody else, and you find out they're still on Tinder or they're still on Bumble and you're not. That's a big rejection. So have I qualified my understanding of rejection? And I will be the first to say it doesn't feel good. Rejection is like one of those feelings that, it's not something you go, oh, please reject me. I want to feel like I want to be rejected. No, that's stupid. All right, here we go. We've got Troy say, I think I'm at a 99% rejection ratio. Okay, so that means he's an expert at being rejected. All right. So that sounds a little like victim. And so I'm going to work on you today. and let's just see what we can do with the reality of rejection. So if you, this is called the Pygmalion effect. It's a psychological term that describes what happens when something happens to you. Nobody's saying that it hadn't happened to you. So let's say someone rejects you at an early age somewhere, my clients, my happiness coaching clients, a lot of them have been rejected, or their heart was broken, or someone dumped them or betrayed them when they were in 16 to 18. And that stays with them for their entire life. And they come see me at 60 and have not had a healthy relationship because of that. And here's the reason why. And they build up this, it seems like everybody rejects me, all right? So is it true that everybody has rejected them? They have attended to all the times because they have a new pair of glasses that looks for rejection. Okay, hear me out. Pygmalion effect says that when something happens to you and you attend to that thing, then it literally puts a level of blinder on you so you can only see what you believe. So the strength of your BS, your belief system, can actually filter out anything that doesn't prove that particular belief system. And it is one of the strongest mind realities, mind facts that we don't even realize that we're doing it to ourselves. So when I can hear, or I don't even know, yes, confirmation bias. So I'm going to ask you, Troy, from this point forward, to not say what you just said about being an expert, say what you said about being, because that's not who you are. You have a skill. You have a high skilled ability to see where there is potential rejection and interpret it personally as your rejection. That's been your skill for your 99% time, because there are many people who did not reject you. I'm making this personal because you're here. See if you come back. This is to help, right? Because what happens is when you define yourself in whatever pair of glasses that you have experienced and seen, that you will then attract to you more and more of those situations. That's the law of attraction. That is not personal. It's like gravity. You're not being punished, but there's a lot of momentum. As Abraham Hicks will say, there's a lot of momentum when you say things like, I'll use another example. I sabotage myself. I always sabotage myself. I have a habit of such. I'm a good sabotager. And when my clients come to me and say that, the first level of correction or soft reset to hard reset is, can't say that anymore, because that is not who you are. You do have a habit of doing that, okay? You have gotten really good at doing that. It's a habit that you're doing that, but that is not who you are. You are not a sabotager. You are not 99% rejection ratio, because you just haven't widened that eyeballing of all the times that you have not been rejected. Because if I do that and widen that, I will probably say your level of rejection, true rejection, is maybe 40%. Okay. I'd like it to be 20%, but we'll go with 40%. But because we have been so focused, Pygmalion effect, you, instead of that expression, I'll believe it when I see it, it's I'll see it when I believe it. Let me say that again. Instead of I'll believe it when I see it, it's I will see it when I believe it. So, folks, if you want better mental health, if you are, Monday morning, hate Mondays, hate going to work, don't want to get out of bed, don't want to open my bills, don't want to take a walk, don't want to eat healthy, don't want to do anything, just want to sit there. I want you to sit up, right? And just begin to reset those glasses. Because one of the reasons why we don't act on our own behalf is because of that level of, I don't see myself as lovable, or I don't see myself as good. Doesn't matter anyways, right? I don't matter, so who cares if I stay in bed? Who cares? And that level of habitual putting myself down, don't keep my word to myself, don't make healthy choices, don't act on your own behalf, there's momentum, and you will feel like it doesn't matter anymore. So all those bad things that have been happening to you, if you can take some responsibility about how you may be locked in some Pygmalion effect and that it is not really true, and that I actually may have helped things happen or helped people reject me by taking things personally when it wasn't personal. So let's go, that's the second step in all of this. That's true. We tend to focus on and remember the negative and dismiss the positive. Absolutely. 99, if you're a person that has 99 compliments given to you and one criticism, and you focus on that one criticism, you are who I am talking to. I'm one of those too. We're called recovering perfectionists. So it is up to us. Who's the boss of our focus? Who's the boss of the choices that we make to look at whatever we're looking at? Who is the boss? Who's the boss? The buck stops right over here. I'm the boss of what I think about. I'm the boss of what I focus on. I'm the boss who chooses whether to say, oh, that person doesn't want to hang out with me tonight, even though they said they would, even though they know I'm a planner, even though it's important to me, even though, you know what? It's not personal. It could be that they want to do something they haven't had time to do themselves. It may be that, they are, that's just who they are. They're not a New York planner like you are. And you can choose to call them flaky, or you can just choose to blog it in that, you may not want to invite someone to do that because you never know if they're going to cancel or not. And if they're a counselor and you know that they're a counselor, that's on you if you keep inviting them to stuff. That's that happened to me, and it's not personal. I don't have to be mad at that person or see it as rejection that they chose to do something else in front of me. But I'm still not going to go to the tractor for milk and keep, putting myself in that situation because I like following plans. I also know how to say, I can't wait to see what good comes out of this, and then go to wherever I was going and see what happens. And that's what I did. And went to 3 parties instead of 1 and reconnected with a bunch of people, may have a new happiness coaching client. All of these things that couldn't have happened if I had gone to plan. So I know myself, I'm a planner. Most of the time it's good. It works for me. Some of the time it can be restrictive. So I have to learn how to, it's INTBOAD. It's not that big of a deal to be rejected. It really isn't, because most of the time it's not even personal. Here's another tool. Drop out of MSU University. What does MSU University stand for? It stands for making shiitake up. Frank, you didn't have to have your button on there. Shiitake's okay. Make shiitake up University. Now, I don't know one person, again, unless you're not human, that does not go to MSU University. What does that mean? That means we are creative in how we interpret what is happening, right? So someone walks by you, they normally say hello, they don't say hello, or if they do it and they roll their eyeballs or something that you then go to MS University and say, oh my God, what is wrong with them? Or did I say something to piss them off? Or are they mad at me for what happened last week? We go through this creative, ugly machinations and make shiitake up about what we are perceiving, what we're seeing with our glasses. And it's so silly. It goes to making a mountain out of a molehill. That's an expression. If you're a millennial, listen, look at that, look it up. It's just making it a big forking deal. And it's not a big forking deal, and it's not personal. I would venture to say that 80% or 88% of rejection is not personal. 88, but because of our MSU University, we're making 88% of it personal. So the flip side is really 12% personal, 88% not personal. But when you're in MSU University, you're 88, you're taking it personally. So check the assumptions. And, or you don't even need to check the assumptions. It's called, the happy 80 tool is let it go, let it go. That song is one of my life theme songs, and I sing it under my breath so many times, okay? Because I have a very active, creative imagination, and I can get involved in mind games against myself like this. I'm really good at it. So I have learned to say or to sing, let it go, let it go. And then I have another rule called nom, 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 nom. None of my business. You'll hear me say it. If I'm walking away from you and I'm going nom, 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 that's me wanting to respond or give you some advice that you didn't pay for or didn't ask for. And that's me soothing myself and saying nom, 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 nom. Because if I do give you advice that you don't want to hear and you say, F you or reject me or don't no longer want to hang out with me, that's rejection, then I did that, right? I don't need to tell you what I think unless you're paying me. That's a rule now. I don't give free advice except on the show because I don't have time and I don't want to be rejected. Thank you for that finger. Someone just gave me a finger. That was a thumbs up. 4 minutes, says Frank. All right. So what is another tool before on rejection? So I've said drop out of MSU University. Nom, nom, nom. I thought of this other new thing. I'll say it now so I get credit. But it's got nothing to do with the topic. When Dave Hickey was talking about AI, and I know that's like a huge topic, I say, I. That's what I think about artificial intelligence. Anyways, sorry. Okay, rejection. So 88% of the time it's not personal, so don't take it personally, and then it's not rejection. That's one. Nom, 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 it's none of my business. And please, please, please don't define yourself as anything that is negative. That's not who you are. It's just a habit. And 4, really be the boss of where you choose to focus. If it's possible to see a situation as not personal and not rejection, do it. Gospel according to Nike, just do it. Quit seeing things that make you look in the worst light. Honest to goodness, we do this to ourselves. See yourself in the best possible way. You're not perfect. No one's perfect, but we're 88% fabulous. A lot of us say we're not perfect and we see ourselves as 88% broken. Stop it. We're 88% fabulous. Quit focusing on the 12% of ourselves. That isn't great. Got another thumbs up. Thank you. Not a finger, not that finger, but this finger and a heart. Thank you. I love the reactions because I'm talking the truth. And mostly I'm talking the truth for myself. You teach what you need to learn. And rejection and seeing myself as a victim, I grew up with that. That wasn't my fault. I'm not responsible for that. However, I am responsible for dragging all that emotional baggage, oversized, from my past into my present and projecting on my future. This new year, you want a New Year's resolution? Quit taking things personally. If you want to really do advanced, join my 21-day fast from complaining, which is always a New Year's special. Go to my website, www.drmarissa.life. Sign up there. Thank you so much. I know I'm almost out of time. I am out of time. This has been Dr. Marissa reporting live from my loving room on Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced with me. It's all about balance. Peace in, peace out. world peace through inner peace. Now go and have the best day ever. We'll see you tomorrow.